Maxing all social links in Persona 3 Reload can be a very daunting experience, especially considering all the time constraints you have with each passing day on the calendar. But in today's guide, I will go through my tips to ensure you have the best chance of achieving this feat. Apart from some of the amazing storylines in gaming, maxing out all your social links actually gives you the special fusion of the ultimate persona, Orpheus Telos. And trust me, you want to get him. So here's my guide on how to max all social links in Persona 3 Reload. So I've broken this video into separate sections, which can be seen in the description and timestamps below, so feel free to skip around, but I do highly recommend you watch the whole video, as it will give you the entirety of the experience and how to basically max all social links. I will not be going through the best responses for each social link, that will take way too long, so just look up some guides or even my guides on my channel and description below. So better buckle up, Cease members, because this is going to be a comprehensive video. Alright, firstly, this applies no matter what social link you are ranking up, so please bring a matching persona of the same arcana that you are going to hang out with. What I mean by this is if you are hanging out with Yukari, who is of the Lover's Arcana, make sure you bring a persona of the Lover's Arcana as well. Social links in this game rank up by an internal point system, and you will need to earn a certain amount of affinity points, or social link notes as I'm gonna call them from now on, in order to meet each rank's requirements and rank up. Bringing a matching persona will always guarantee you earn an additional point for each of the best responses in the dialogue choices. So just bring one. If you are not sure, before hanging out with someone, you'll see the prompt I have X persona, and that means you have a matching persona to use. Also note, when you first start a social link and when your social link is going to rank to max, which is rank 10, you don't need a matching persona. Okay, let's get into it. Persona 3 Reload is unique in the way that not all social links will be available to you outright, and some are indeed locked behind other social links, or you'll need to be a certain rank or social stat to even talk to them. My god, Fuka, why? I do have a social stat guide on my channel, so definitely check that out, as I won't be going over them in this video, but essentially always improve your stats at night in the early game. There's not much else to do in the early game at night. I can't stress this enough because it will be your savior later. Prioritize social stats in the early game, and then you'll reap the rewards later. Definitely focus on charm and courage. Academics does take a while, so don't stress on that one too much, considering that academics is only really used for a few social links, and because later on during the mid-game, I explained in my social stats video, so just check it out below, but basically in the mid-game you'll have a lot of social academic stat boosting activities. You'll need to prioritize the social links that are locked behind other social links first. So for the early game, here are the prerequisites to some of these social links. Yuko of the Strength Arcana is unlocked after hanging out with Kazushi, the Chariot Arcana. Mutatsu, the Tower Arcana, is unlocked after hanging out with Yuko. Tsuimetsu, or the Gourmet King of the Moon Arcana, is unlocked after hanging out with Kenji, which is of the Magician Arcana. And Akinari of the Sun Arcana is unlocked by hanging out with Maiko of the Hangman Arcana. So I'll break it down even further. When you first are able, hang out with Kazushi of the Track Team. He is located at the back right of your classroom. When this happens, there will be a story event with Yuko, and you must make sure to respond with the first option of each dialogue response. If you've done this correctly, your next hangout with Yuko will start the Strength social link. Mutatsu will be unlocked when you reach rank 4 of Strength and have a rank 2 in Courage. You can then find him at Club Escapade. You will automatically gain the Magician social link on April 22nd via a story event, but you'll need to rank up Kenji up to rank 4 in order to trigger the event for Tsuimetsu, the Gourmet King. You'll need to give Maiko some items before she can be unlocked. I do have a Maiko guide in the description below, so definitely check that out if you want to, but these items include Takoyaki and a Mad Bull. Akinari will then be unlocked when you reach rank 3 with Maiko. So some additional early game social links include Chihiro of the Justice Arcana. So this one is easy to unlock as it takes up no time. All you have to do is speak to her 3 times on 3 different days. So it just basically means 3 times consecutively on 3 different days. It doesn't have to be 3 times per day on 3 different days. To make this as efficient as possible, I talk to her from Tuesday to Thursday, and then the next time you hang out with her, you'll start the social link. The Hierophant social link, Bunkichi and Mitsuko, they can be found in Iwatodai Strip Mall bookstore, and these can be started instantly as well. And once you reach rank 3 with them, you'll be able to start a social link with Bibi of the Temperance Arcana. The Emperor social link, Hidetoshi Odagiri, found in the student council room, and Maya of the Hermit Arcana, who you played the online video game Innocent Sin with at your computer. So these are basically instant unlocks as well. You can just go talk to them and then you'll start their social links. So already you have a few social links you can rank up, and I recommend focusing on all the students within the school and ranking them up first. There will be some students that are not available every day, like Chiro for example. So prioritize these students first and then fit everyone else who is available on most days around what days she isn't available. These social links are fairly straightforward and do not require much, if any, additional actions to rank them up. Additionally, I would recommend every Sunday to rank up Maya because she becomes a pain later if you leave her. Mutatsu is only available at night, so leave your days free to rank up the other students, and Akinari is just as easy to rank up, so you can focus on Maiko first. In the meantime, with the Fool and Death Arcanas, these will automatically progress with the Cease team and Pharos respectively, so you don't have to worry about those and just play the story to max them out. So all these links that I've mentioned before will keep you busy up until around June-ish, so you can start the Devil Arcana with Tanaka. You just need to give him some money on some nights and eventually the link will start. Again, I do have a Tanaka guide on my channel, so if you want the exact details on how to start that guide, definitely check out the video below. He is only available at night, but easy to rank up because you won't have any daytime story events to deal with. So starting on June 15th to the 19th, you can finally start a social link with the ever endearing Fuka Yamagishi of the Priestess Arcana. However, you will need to be a badass or courage rank 6 in order to be able to talk to her. As I mentioned earlier, you really should be focusing on maxing charm and courage by late June in order to complete the later social links that require max social stats. Academics can be left a bit later because Mitsuru won't be unlocked until November, which is when you will need to max academics. Starting on June 17, you will hear about a vacancy in the art club, and that's when you will pop in and start the Fortune social link with Keisuke Hiraga. From July 24, after the Yakushima event, Yukari will be available to start the Lover's Arcana with. You will need to have a rank 6 charm in order to start the link. So again, I stress the importance of leveling up your social stats whenever you can in the early game. For my playthrough, as a reference, all these social links kept me busy until early August, where you will attend a track meet for your school athletics division. At this school carnival, you'll hear about a prodigious sprinter named Hayase, and you should agree to meet with him when prompted. You will need rank 4 courage in order to speak with him, but when you do, you can start the Star social link. Now you might be thinking, I have so many social links right now, and I've tried to evenly spread out some students and some after school people. Some are maxed, some are not maxed. What's going on? Don't fret too much, because most of your links, especially the students at Gekkoukan, as mentioned earlier, should be around rank 6 or 9, depending on who you're focusing on, and they will eventually all rank up really fast, so just stick with it. Obviously, you could have maxed some students by now, and then that means you'll need to max others, or others will be a bit of a lower rank than rank 6, but this is just a general guide. So as a reference, at the early September mark, I only had Tanaka maxed, as he is pretty easy because he is only available at night, which took nothing away from daytime activities. And to be honest, Tanaka is one of those social links where you don't actually necessarily need a matching persona. You can kind of just rank him up every time you hang out, although I do recommend, always entering the best responses. So continue on until late November. This is the period where your social links start ranking to max very quickly. At this stage, I had most of the earliest students and some others maxed, including the aforementioned Tanaka of the Devil Arcana, Maiko of the Hangman, Maya of the Hermit, Mutatsu of the Tower, Pharos of the Death, Keisuke of Fortune, Kenji of Magician, and Hidetoshi of Emperor. Now when I say maxed, this is basically what I mean. So you go through the game, basically every time you can hang out with someone, you hang out with someone, and then I highly recommend on another day you hang out with someone else. You need to pay attention to what days that these people are available on and then fit them around your schedule. In late November, you are able to start Mitsuru Social Link, where you need to become a genius through hard work, study, and acing your exams. Actually, nah, I'm just kidding. Just max out your academics with eating seafood or Katsu Kitchen. That's honestly the easiest way. But in all seriousness, when you reach rank 6 in academics, and it is November, talk to her to start the Empress Social Link. So December is one of my favorite months in the game, as you start to rank max everyone. Alright, you ready? Here we go. By Christmas, you should be looking to max nearly everyone, including Mitsuru of the Empress, Bunkichi and Mitsuko of the Hierophant, Akunari of the Sun, Fuka of the Priestess, Bibi of Temperance, Mamoru Hayase of the Star, Kazushi of Chariot, Yuko of Strength, and Suemetsu of the Moon. And by the end of the year, you'll have the full maxed out as well with the Cease team. Also, I will need to mention this again, this is just a reference to where you should be in terms of maxing your social links. If you had some people max earlier and some later, that is fine, but the amount of links that you have maxed should be equal. You'll have some time in January to catch up on social links, but it'll be more difficult to catch up if you have more social links to catch up on. This is why it is important to max the social links that have limited availability first and fit everyone else in around them. So what I mean by this, when I break it down further, is say a social link is only available 3 days a week and another is available 4 or 5 days a week. You need to prioritize the one that's only available 3 days a week because it will be harder to have the opportunity to rank up the social link compared to the others that are more readily available. So you should be around 18 max social links at this stage. If you're about plus or minus 1 or 2, it should be fine, so don't worry. January is where you will unlock the remaining social links of the Judgment and Aeon Arcana. Judgment Arcana is the Nyx extermination team and is automatically obtained and leveled up while going through Tartarus to reach the final boss. Aeon is from Aegis, which is also automatically achieved with no prerequisites. Just talk to Aegis when she has a tarot card above her head and you'll be good to go. So by the end of the game, you will have Yukari, Zero, Judgment, and finally Aegis all maxed out. Once you've maxed out all the social links through this grueling process, go talk to the Big Nose Man and Elizabeth, and you will unlock the ability to fuse Orpheus Telos. Phew! Alright, that was a lot, and I really would appreciate you guys giving a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This video took a while for me to concept and plan to try and give the best knowledge possible so you have all the tools at your disposal to get max ranks for all social links. Alrighty, so here are some additional pointers to help you on your journey. Without spoiling anything, you will have at least 1 week of additional time at the end of January where you can catch up with some social links. I wouldn't be relying on this though, as some of the social links are only available on certain days. There is quite a lot of holidays in January, so just be careful around that. Definitely make use of the rewind and having multiple saves. I would recommend rewind in case you make a dialogue mistake or you need to go back 2 to 3 days in case you mess something up with your planning. I would recommend multiple saves. I wouldn't worry too much about people calling you a save scummer because let's be real, like this is the only way that you can ensure that you don't screw everything up and then you know, not waste all your time going back to it. I probably have 1 save every 2 weeks or 1 per month to make sure you're not wasting time and ranking up the links that you need. And as mentioned before, this also gives you the flexibility to go back if you need without having to finish the game and doing it all over again. You do have 15 save slots, guys, for a reason, so definitely use them. Missing persons. Now this is very important. Whenever Elizabeth calls you about missing persons in Tartarus, it is optional because all you get are some rewards from the police station. But there are 2 missing persons that you must complete, otherwise you'll be locked out of ever completing the social links. So these people are Bunkichi of the Hierophant Arcana and Maiko of the Hangman Arcana. Bunkichi goes missing on September 9th and will be located on floor 120 in Tartarus, whereas Maiko will go missing on October 21 and is located on floor 146. So, as a reference, by those times that they do go missing, I had their social links maxed. However, I'm not too sure if you don't rescue them, even if you have maxed their social links, if it actually reverses the link. But you may as well just go rescue them anyway, just to be safe. Exam periods. There are 3 exam periods where you'll not be able to do anything except for take the exams. There are first midterms between May 18th to 23rd, finals between July 14th to 18th, and the second midterms from September 13th to 17th. Note the people who won't be available during those times, and by that I mean a week before those dates, some of the students will not be available, so prioritize maxing those first. An example that I can think of off the top of my head is Fuka. So she's not available during exam periods, so definitely plan that out. Don't rank up links that don't say they will rank up. This is pretty self-explanatory, but some people don't actually know this. Before you hang out with a social link, it will actually tell you if that social link will rank up. The prompt, I think we are going to become closer soon, is what you want to see, and this means that your rank will rank up. Now this doesn't mean don't hang out with them, because sometimes you will need to do additional hangouts to get enough notes. But it does mean you can plan better and rank up someone who doesn't require that and focus on the ones that require extra hangouts later. So this perfectly leads into the next tip about getting additional notes for your next rank up. So some links will require additional hangouts in order to rank up. This will be determined if you don't get the best response or have a persona of the matching arcana. I get it, sometimes it happens. Some social links outright will just require more notes as well. So some additional hangout methods include Sunday hangout calls. So whenever someone calls to hang out with you on a Sunday, you can do it for extra points. Fortunes at Naganaki's Shrine. Draw a fortune when you have some spare time and you'll get +3 notes for them toward their social link. Dorm hangouts with the Cease Girls. These will always give +1. And then there's going on walkies with Best Doge Koromaru, which will give you +3 to whoever is on the walk that day. Keep in mind, all of these take up time in your day, so just be wary. Plan your day. If you need to sacrifice some of the linked episodes, for example, for the Cease guys, then unfortunately, you probably will have to do that because the Cease guys don't count towards the Orpheus Telos and social link stuff. So if you need to sacrifice some of them just to get your social links over the line, then definitely do it. Alrighty, that's a lot of information once again, but hopefully it will help you max all your social links and fuse Orpheus Telos. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a like and comment to get the algorithm going, and subscribe for more Persona 3 Reload and Persona content in general. Also, if you do want a full 100% guide where I just basically go through every single bloody day of the game, what I did on certain days to max out social stats, social links, as well as the linked episodes. Yes, you can do it all in one playthrough, as I have done it. Definitely leave a comment down below and that video will get made. As always, thanks so much for watching guys, and I hope you have a great day.